Alright, I think we are live. I'm going to check here on YouTube, so if there's a little delay, hold on. Alright, I think we are good. Alright, hi everybody. We are covering the severe weather threat here in Mississippi and Louisiana. We have this line of thunderstorms moving through the region, and Jackson, Mississippi is about to get hit with this line of thunderstorms. But first, I've never shown my face here on YouTube, but I finally got a mount that lets my phone actually shoot video for me with my computer. So I'm going to turn on the camera now, and for the first time, I'm going to show you guys my face. So, what's up, guys? Old t-shirt, but you know, kind of going through the motions. But this is me. Hi, I'm Felipe Formica. I'm a senior in high school. I've been doing the weather for about 5 years now on YouTube, but going into college next year, going to be majoring in meteorology, so start making a name for myself now. Better now than later, right? So let's get right on into the severe weather threat here in Mississippi. We have a tornado warning here just to the southeast of Jackson here. So Puckett, Mississippi is under a tornado warning at this point. So we have a tornado warning remains in effect until 9:15 Central, so 10:15 Eastern. And we have our impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. So let's take a look here at our velocities for this storm. Kind of see where this reported tornado is here. If it'll load, that would be nice. There we go. So I'm assuming what they're looking at here, radar indicated, is right in here. So let's stop this, and I'm thinking we gotta have it right in here. So that's probably got to be the center of rotation right in there. And it does seem like, right, let's kind of have this tool in here. This is our center. It's moving off to the northeast here. So it's about 2 miles outside of Puckett. And let's see if we could get another city here. Polksville right there. So about 8 miles away from Polksville, Mississippi. Now, this line of thunderstorms is going to be moving into Jackson now, and it's right off to the west here, and moving pretty much straight northeast. So we have this little section in here that's going to be the main threat to Jackson here. Mind my horrible drawing skills, but this little section here, that's going to be moving into Jackson. And let's see our velocities here. I don't know if there's going to be any severe weather from this other than just strong winds. I mean, maybe you have a little bit in here with those strong winds and some weaker winds. So maybe a little bit of an area to watch in here as well as in here for something. But we're really not seeing any hooks here, any backward seas to really indicate any tornado development here. But I think the best area to watch here is probably this right here. Maybe a little bit of a hook going on there, but I'd kind of pin this on the map here. If anything were to happen, it would be right in here. So we're going to be watching that. Now, if that does continue on its current trajectory, we are looking at that center. That's right outside of Brookhaven there, about 4 miles. And if we continue this all the way up, it does seem like it would go to the east of Jackson, Mississippi there. So Jackson did have a little bit of a teaser event earlier. They had a bit of a severe thunderstorm that moved through. Very heavy rainfall with that, by the way. But really, in terms of this tornado threat, really not much for Jackson. They've kind of lucked out here. Most of the severe weather has been off to the east here. We've seen a lot of tornado warnings in this general area here. Actually, it could be extended a little bit further to the west. Which brings me to this. I don't know how to say this town name, but I think it's Amite, Louisiana. I think you guys have been under 2 tornado warnings so far today. So that is definitely an area that's been really hot in this severe weather threat. It's been an area that's just repeatedly getting hit with severe thunderstorms. So, crazy things you see. Now, we start to see here, I believe this is, think that this is 55, if I'm assuming. I'll pull up a map here, just in another tab. I believe it is 55 or 59. Could be one or the other. It is 55. So the gut feeling was right. So I-55, this line of thunderstorms is crossing over right now. I really think that this is going to be it. If there is a tornado in this line of thunderstorms, it'll be right in here just because of that hook signature. And it's fairly defined too. Let's see if there's any debris popping up. Nope, not really, but that is to be expected here. It is not a tornado-warned storm. But this tornado-warned storm, let's see if there is a debris cloud here. Don't think so. But obviously, if you are in these areas, find shelter as soon as you can. Next up on the list of towns for this tornado threat is Polkville. So if you live in or around Polkville, this severe thunderstorm or tornado is heading your way. So that is an area of concern there. Now, Jackson is about to go into a little bit of a lull in the action here with this little gap. But right behind it is that line of thunderstorms. So going to be moving into Jackson here very, very quickly. Now, let's take a look a little bit out here. Actually, not much, but we do have a special marine statement here. There we go. Just some severe thunderstorms. So, special marine warning. Severe thunderstorm. That's about it. Maybe some water spouts. Let's actually look at the velocity on that. Maybe, but probably not. Alright, we're going to go back here to Jackson, since Jackson is kind of the headliner for this event. On the right of your screen here, so I guess this side, it's kind of hard because I got to go in reverse. But right here, this is the HREF, and you can see those little lines in there. Those lines are the Storm Prediction Center outlooks. So those are the areas that will have the highest chance of severe weather. And Jackson is included in that. So Jackson is going to be in that area of concern here for those severe thunderstorms. Now, overall, right, just talking in general here, a lot of heavy rainfall in the region. Let's look at, right, storm total accumulation. Starting to see some areas here to the south and east of Jackson where those, right, these thunderstorms are lining up, right, because these thunderstorms are kind of heading in this direction. You have some areas here. Let's see how much rain that is. That is over 3 inches of rainfall. And over here out to the west, that is closer to 4 inches of rainfall. So a lot of different threats with this storm system. We got severe weather and we got flash flood threats. And we do have a few flash flood warnings here. I don't think that the Jackson office issued those. I think that is right over here by New Orleans. Yep, so let's take a look here. 4 inches likely in these spots have already fallen, that is. So a lot of heavy but slow-moving rainfall moving through these areas, and that is why we have flash flood warnings in these areas. These expire 52 minutes, 2 hours and 7 minutes, so Brookhaven, really going to have a fun time there. And 2 hours and 37 minutes, so Macomb, Magnolia, going to be basically akin to all of this, probably. And that is why that threat is going to be so long. Now, back up here to Jackson. Let's just check in again. Right into that little gap here. So a little break for Jackson as this moderate rainfall starts to move out. And we have this little gap here before the real heavy rain starts to move in. And still no severe thunderstorm warnings along this line here, but heavy rainfall definitely a threat. So I don't think that we're going to see here. Let's see. We could maybe see some severe thunderstorm warnings in this area. Let's actually try and get maybe a second perspective here, maybe from out here. Nope, too far. Let's try over here. Yeah, it's right in here. So I think that we could see some severe thunderstorm warnings in this line here, just based on the wind speeds, right? Winds have to be at 58 miles an hour or more. So this is the area that you could be seeing those intense wind gusts. I do want to check in again on that little thing here. Yeah, it's kind of gotten absorbed back in here, but I'm still kind of posing this as an area to watch. So we're going to see here just to the west of Brookhaven there. That's kind of like, I have like a gut feeling that that will be the most severe of the severe thunderstorms. And if anything does get named, I think that would be it. Let's see storm relative motion. Yeah, okay. Something right in here. A little bit stronger winds. This is just me speaking out loud at this point. But, yeah. Alright, so while we're waiting for this little gap to push through Jackson here, I have this other tab open. This is all of the resources that I use for any videos that I make. So we're going to kind of move through here and kind of go over some stuff that's going to be happening in the next few days. So if I stop the play here, we can see right in here, you can see that orange ring. That is the Storm Prediction Center's enhanced risk. So you can see enhanced risk in that orange. Now I can't see my cursor on here, but that's fine. We are going to go here. Oh, I can see my cursor a little bit. That's good. So here's the HRRR. Let's see if there is a new update. There we go. 0Z. This is the next 48 hours, right? Which is going to take us through into Friday, Saturday time frame. So we see this storm system moving out. Now, tomorrow's main threat is going to be that thump of heavy, wet snow here in Wisconsin, Illinois, the Quad Cities, back into Kansas City even. Now, as this storm continues to move through, the one thing that the HRRR is doing, which is a little weird, is it's having freezing rain on Lake Erie, but everything around it is just rain. So maybe that happens, which would be really cool if it does. But right now, I'd say that's rain. Now, eventually, this all moves into the northeast. Maine is your main winner here. This low pressure tracks off into Canada. But behind that, we have another threat here. You can see this positively tilted trough. And that is bringing in cold air. You can see maybe a little bit of snow there into southern Missouri, northwest Arkansas. But that is where we go to the NAM. And this is the NAM 12-kilometer model, trying to get a little bit more range here. But, you know, the later hours of the NAM are not always the most accurate, but they kind of give a little bit of a sense. And you can see, yeah, that's definitely not right. Definitely not right. I don't think that Atlanta is going to be seeing consistent moderate snowfall there. But you can see where the low pressure is. And that is right up the coast. And with the current setup, it'll head out this way to where this high pressure is. And that is where we take a look here. Actually, let's take a look at the happy hour GFS. Even though it's also kind of crazy sometimes, we're going to look at it anyway. We're going to see here, right in here. There we go. You can see where the low pressure is. It tracks up the coast and just out of reach for the northeast megalopolis, which is really fitting for this year that Atlanta could get more snowfall than New York City. Yeah, 2023 for you. Okay, moving on here, let's go to the European ensemble. This is where we're going to see... I actually haven't checked this today, which is weird. I typically do. But let's take a look at the snow depth anomalies. Yep, so there's that wet, heavy snow in Wisconsin there. You can see maybe a good half a foot. but that is going to take down trees, power lines, you name it. But yeah, look at the European model showing a good thump of snowfall in Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina. Definitely not Georgia. Definitely not Georgia. But a good amount of snowfall here. That is a good 3 to 6 inches in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina. That is a decent amount of snowfall in an area that hasn't seen a lot of winter. And honestly, the entire East Coast hasn't seen much winter. So this area is definitely going to be a winner here. So let's go over here to the GEFS, and we'll also look at some snow anomalies. Total snowfall. This is total positive snow depth change. And you can see the GFS is a lot more bullish with this system in the low-lying areas of North Carolina and Virginia. 2 inches in the, let's call them mid-elevations of those two states. Not the actual Appalachian Mountains themselves, but just before them on the coastal plains side. Now, if this were to happen, right, Charlotte, North Carolina gets more snowfall than Philadelphia, New York, Boston combined. It's definitely a story, right? Now, let's go back here to the href. We'll press P again, and this is just the system as a whole. And you can see, where is it? Right here. This is our main line of thunderstorms. So let's actually stop this, and let's go back here. Right, we are right around 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock, that's 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see that we still have, within the next hour here, that main line of thunderstorms was predicted to be moving through Jackson. So we're kind of right on time here. Now I'm going to press P, and we're going to go back to radar scope. So we have this kind of a double line here. This is starting to intensify and kind of line up here, right in here. And we have this line of thunderstorms kind of charging into Jackson now. But that extends all the way back into Brookhaven. So kind of a double line of thunderstorms. This one moving more in this direction, and this one kind of moving more in this direction. Okay. But Jackson is about to get hit with this line of thunderstorms here. Still no severe thunderstorm warning for any of this. The only severe anything is this special marine warning. And that is the same one that we looked at earlier. So really not as bad in terms of a severe thunderstorm sense, but these are still packing a punch. Actually, let's go back here. I want to check NWS Jackson. Right? There was a tornado warning. There's a severe weather statement. Let's see that. Tornado warning. Okay, so they canceled that. But no special... There we go. Special weather statements. Jackson, Brookhaven, Byram around 9:15 Central, which is right around now. So this entire line of storms here is all under a special weather statement. So that means that if it's not at the criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning, it is just below it, because some of these radar indicated velocities, right? They have to be at 58, right? So let's just say 60. Some of these are pretty close, right around 53. This leading edge was 60. So tackle a little bit less than that just because of amplification, and you're right there. So front edge of this line starting to move into Jackson here, and you can see right in here by Byram. That is where the worst of it is. That's going to be moving to the south of Jackson. Then you have here in Raymond, that is going to be moving either into or just the north of Jackson. The southern end of this, probably the worst part of this whole thing here. What is going on here? Prentice, that is a very bulbous cell. And maybe we're looking at something here? That is a very big maybe, but another area to watch. Any other areas to watch? I don't think so. I think that out of all of them, this is the only one that's kind of standing out to me at the moment, especially since this whole line here is, actually, I need this. This whole line here is already under a special weather statement. So, I think that this is the only thing here that is intriguing me at the moment. So, Prentice, I hope I'm saying that right. Prentice, Mississippi. This is one to watch. It just updated again. We're getting more of that red in there, right? That difference in velocity. So 50 out in front, 14 right behind. Maybe we can see that start to spin. But the storm just moved through Puckett. Also has a little bit of spin. That was the tornado warned storm, but isn't anymore. They retracted it. But yeah, let's take a look here. Reflectivity. Jackson, you are now in it for the long haul here. Because there's really no letting up after this, right? Let's kind of go back to the west a little bit. I believe that is the edge, but yeah, so you have this edge right in here. But the main line that they're getting into right now is just followed up by a lot more moderate to heavy rainfall. So as this line of thunderstorms moves through, we're going to just continue to see maybe a flash flood warning gets initiated for some of these areas that are getting these heavy rainfall rates, followed by those moderate rainfall rates. So, Vicksburg is currently on the back end of the system, but still, what is that, 40 decibels getting up there? Yeah, 38 decibels in Vicksburg. And Jackson right now is right around, going to be in 40 to 50. So just a consistent moderate to heavy rainfall. And we were seeing this earlier in Arkansas, and there were plenty of flash flood warnings issued in Arkansas as well. So these are the areas with that consistent rainfall that you're just going to see these flash flood events take their chance. And we see this with Brookhaven, Monticello, Macomb, Magnolia, these areas that are under flash flood warnings for 2.5 hours. We're going to be seeing the same deal here, right? Behind these storms, there really is not a lot of relief, not a lot of downtime. So, right, Brookhaven is currently seeing a storm with 50 decibel rates, and we see that's moving pretty much straight northeast. And as that moves out, right, maybe you get a little bit of a gap, but back in Baton Rouge, you have more moderate to heavy rainfall. So it's just going to keep moving through, keep adding up. And if we can switch here to our storm total accumulation, this is an area that has already seen 2 inches of rainfall and could be seeing even more over the next few hours here. Like, look right behind it here. 3.5 inches of rainfall there. So these areas are going to be, those flash flooded areas, definitely going to be expanding. And I think they will expand eventually up towards the Jackson region. So let's go here to the Jackson radar yet again. Let's see if anything has changed here with this one that was moving through Prentice. Let's look at our velocities. Yeah, I still think that this is probably the next one that will get a tornado warning. Right in here. Let's see. Right in here. 7 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour. I think that about to get a severe thunderstorm warning, if not a tornado warning. So that might be a little breaking news before it even happens. NWS Jackson, I got you. So we're gonna go right back here to Jackson. All right, I see you two in chat. We're gonna switch things up a little bit. All right. So this weekend, right? People are asking me if there's gonna be snowfall. I hate to tell you guys, but Tennessee might be getting more snow than New York City, Connecticut, which is the worst. I'm going to be really upset if Knoxville, Tennessee gets more snow than we do. And that is like the morning before Super Bowl. So I think it was a couple years ago where we got snow on the Super Bowl. Like we got like a half foot. That was fun. I wish that would happen again. But nope. So, all right, we're going to head back to Jackson. And I'm going to leave that other one up on the screen just so it can taunt me. But main line of thunderstorms is now through Jackson. And we'll see if that backup line here starts to head through into Ridgeland, Madison, those areas. Still nothing from Prentice. It had to have updated again. Not yet. Maybe the next one we start to see it. But we will see. I am pretty confident that this is about to get named. Or warned. This one, I guess it's moving in this direction. Up towards Mount Olive. So let's go back here. Investigate a little bit. We also have that inverse C right over Prentice, which is another good sign of a potentially tornado warned storm. But the actual rotation, right, if I switch to velocity, is right in there as well. So, right, that's going away from the radar. That's going towards the radar. So the center of circulation is right there. We go back here. That's right where a little C is. Oh, and it just updated. So we're going to reboot. Okay. So away from the radar here. Towards the radar here. Center of circulation probably right in there. And yeah, it's like the same spot. But that is all moving this way. So let's see. That is right towards Mount Olive. So if you live in Prentice, you are just narrowly avoiding this storm. I think it's less than a mile. Wrong one. Yeah, about a mile from the heart of the storm. Mount Olive, you are about 17 miles away from the storm. But you guys are next. If this does eventually become a tornado, which it could, based on what I'm seeing. Let's see if there's anything on here. I mean, I think that's pretty conclusive evidence. All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, but I think, you know, you heard it here first. This is about to get a tornado warning. And Jackson might get a flash flood warning. Let's see how much rain Jackson's gotten so far. Jackson, Mississippi. Just to the east of Jackson, Mississippi is over an inch. Jackson itself, still less than an inch, but that was updated 10 minutes ago. So that band of rainfall that we just saw move through Jackson has not updated into the totals so far. But back in Vicksburg, right, we can kind of use that as a, hey, what's going to happen here? They are right around an inch, but even further to the west of that, that's around 4 inches. So Jackson, Mississippi could be getting a little bit of flooding. Still waiting on this to get a tornado warning. So we're going to watch this. I'm going to position the thing here. And we're going to go back here. All right. I know you two are still there. So what do you guys want to see? Maybe... All right. I don't even know what that means. Is that like buy the drink? Yeah, I don't even know what that means. All right, let's zoom in. Let's look at Thursday, because Thursday's going to be a bit rainy. Alaska, let's see Alaska. I might have to go. I've actually never looked at Alaska on here. So we're going to look at Alaska. Regional. Maybe continental. There we go. You want to see a little bit of Alaska? Let's actually zoom in. Maybe. I can't get Alaska on the regional, but I can get North America. That's actually pretty cool that I can see Alaska. A little storm moving through. That got held for review, my guy. So I'm hiding it. Yeah, a little low pressure moving into Anchorage. Maybe a little bit of snow. More snow than we're getting. This is actually pretty cool. I actually don't use this as much. Just because I can barely see any of the details. But that's actually pretty cool. Little Alaska up there. Alright. We're going back here. Maybe it's falling apart before it can generate anything. The rain around it seems to be... Oh, come on. That is night and day. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. Right in the middle. And boom. I think that should be a tornado warning. And I'm calling it a tornado. At least a tornado warned storm. But it is kind of falling apart. We'll see how it goes, but that's got a pretty good signal there. Can't believe that actually got held for review. You really think that was going to get by YouTube? That was... Who is Dluto? Obviously, I know the other two. But, obviously it's somebody with no filter. That... Alright. Jackson, Mississippi. Back at it again. A little bit of moderate to heavy rainfall here. And in it for the long run now. All of this, kind of this column here, is coming to you, Jackson. There you go. That is 40 decibels. Declan. Declan, you really thought that was going to get by YouTube, my guy? Google's cracking down on that stuff. Alright. Oh, another special marine warning there. Right on Lake Pontchartrain. I don't know if Mr. Thomas would be proud. I think I don't know. Rowan, do we have his class tomorrow? Right? Today was A-Day. I'll ask him, Declan. I'll ask Mr. Thomas if he would be proud of me showing my face on camera. I think that he would be very proud, honestly. Let's go back here. I swiped out. There we go. I think he would be very proud. I also think that he's eventually gonna, you know, get tired of me. I've had him for a half year already. He was already getting tired of Jake, so you never know. Although that class is huge, so maybe I'll kind of drown into the background a little bit more. I kind of missed the public speaking class. It was so much smaller, and you know, it was a lot like more comfortable. Because like that, Mr. Live's room is packed in that writing through film class, and it's like everybody's on top of each other. Like if I get to class early, and anybody in my row gets in there, like I'm doing like the shuffle that you do on airplanes just to stay in my seat. It's the worst. And I think he kind of hates that room too. All right. Anything else you guys want to see on these maps? Because I mean, Rowan said you and like right here. So you already see me, my guy. We want weather. Okay, we can look at weather. All right. Let's go here. This is the HRRR, which is the most accurate model that I have access to. So let's go through your guys' Thursday since you guys are here. Let's see here. Right around here, this is when school starts. So this is around 7 a.m. And you can see mostly nothing. Let's actually go here 12 hours. And cloud cover. So no rain when school starts, right? But 100% cloud cover. Here's 8 a.m. Same deal, but still no precipitation. Let's go here to temperature as school is starting. Right, let's go to 7 again because that's when you guys get in the car. So 31 degrees, but cloudy, no rain moving in yet. You would think that with 31 degrees, it would be snow, but if we click here, I'm going to actually show you guys something pretty cool. 73:30. We click here. This is our sounding. It's going to take a little bit of a minute, but here's the sounding. And you can see, look at this. See how it's 29 down here, and there's this bulbed out area over here? It's going to be like 40 degrees just about like a half a mile above the ground. So it's not even going to be close to cold enough for snow. Now if we go back here, and I need to go back to my forecast loop, and the rain starts to move in here. Let's see. A little bit of a shower here. Let's call that 11 a.m., so right before lunch. Then it's clear again. Well, not clear, cloudy. Maybe another shower around 4 p.m. And then maybe a little line of thunderstorms or just stronger showers between 8 and 9 p.m. tomorrow night. And then that's about all she wrote. Then the cold starts to move in. And we can actually switch up our model here to the NAM 3-kilometer model, which is a little bit less accurate, but a little bit more range. And we go to hour 48. And you can see this blue line here. That's typically the line that you want to be at or northwest of to get snow. And we kind of dip below that line Saturday morning. And we kind of stay there for most of Saturday. And then, of course, we have the NAM being all disappointing with snow in Atlanta, Georgia, but it's based on the GFS, and the GFS is showing All rain for Long Island, but nothing for us in Connecticut. Let's go back here. So, yeah, it's been really a cruddy winter, which is unfortunate, but I can't control the weather, sadly. I wish I could. Like, if I was like Jack Frost or something, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, this is Sunday into Monday. You can see that it's snowing in Virginia, but not here. So snowing in Virginia, but all rain to the south of us, and we get nothing. And more rain next week, maybe even some thunderstorms. Ew. Let's actually look at the more accurate long-range model. Is it really showing thunderstorms for next week? I think it might be. It's showing rain for Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, maybe some thunderstorms. And then Friday, maybe Friday, but that's a little too far out. So we're going to look at this instead. So you never want to get yourself too hyped up, because the last time I got myself hyped up, we didn't get anything. So, and I looked like an idiot. Let's see, that's the 18th. Actually, that is kind of favorable for some snow. So this is the height anomalies. This shows whether we'll be in a trough or a ridge. So you can see these lines here. That kind of like simulates the jet stream. So you have this ridge in the center of the country. So that means that like Texas is going to be really warm. And then you have this trough in the northeast, which means that a storm could, right here's the 540 line. So a storm could cut just the south of New Jersey, and there's going to be possibly enough cold air here for, let's see here, this is our temperature anomaly, for snow. And then we could go here. This is just putting it all together. This is the snow depth anomaly. And maybe the 18th. It is showing a slight chance of snow Monday. That's just combining all, like it puts out like I think 50 to 100 different runs, changing very slight variables, and it all of them average together for an inch of snow Sunday into Monday. And then the 18th, it averages another dusting, maybe, and then it kind of all melts away. So maybe the 18th for a little bit of snow. But at this point, that's been happening all winter, and nothing has happened. So, and look at that. Just like clockwork, just east of Jackson, flash flood warning. I predicted the future. Look at that. But this storm still has not been warned yet. So, let's see here. Our velocity, still kind of right on the edge. You have that difference in wind speed, but not enough, right? You really want this to be like this color red for it to be warned, and it's not there yet. It's probably moving too fast. Probably the upper level winds are tearing it apart, because this is without the storm motion. And you can see that that is very much a tornadic cell. Right, with your center of rotation right in here, moving off towards the southeast portion of Mount Olive. But just switching it up here, so you have to take into account the storm's motion. Not anymore. Is my green screen acting up? Maybe over here. Rowan, you like the green screen job? Right, there's no green. And I got the light here too. Got the whole setup. Actually, this thing is actually pretty cool. It's got different color temperatures, so I can make it bright, I can make it dark, and then I could change the hue so it's more like orange. So warm and cool light. So yeah. But we're gonna keep it on this. Keep it over here. So look at that. See, I took your advice. It actually worked out pretty. It works easier when I'm streaming than when I'm actually editing a video, which is weird. I also, here, let me take this off here. I also got like this 2 things set up. So you got the laptop and you got this TV screen, which I took from my aunt's house. And I got the stream here and you guys right there, little fourth wall break. So, and there's all the chats and of course Declan's held for review message, which I'm not showing because it was inappropriate. For the first time in forever. I mean, is that the Frozen thing? Yeah, I haven't watched Frozen in forever. Why is this being... I haven't watched Frozen. Did you see that they're making Frozen 3? I didn't even realize there was Frozen 2. Like, when did that happen? Like, and then they're making Toy Story 5, Inside Out 2. I think they're making another one, Zootopia 2. Like, I guess Pixar's run out of original ideas. So they're just going to make a... Totally watching it. I mean, I'll probably watch Toy Story 5. I mean, I watched Toy Story 4. And Toy Story 4 was awful. I feel like they should have ended that at Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 was, like, the best movie. Okay. We'll stop with the Pixar now. But there's really not much else happening here. Let's see. Let me get rid of this. Zoom out. Thought there was going to be a lot more action. A lot of the action took place a lot earlier today. But we still just have the same 2 little cells there. Not doing much. So. Yeah. Alright. It's been about 50 minutes. Anything else you would like to see there, Rohan? Before I sign off? I think I've run out of things to talk about. Which is weird, because I never seem to find a way to stop myself from talking. But I think that is, yeah, I think that's where we get some sleep. But, hopefully we get a little bit of snow this weekend, so I can do another stream. And typically when I do streams with, like, the Northeast and doing stuff up here, I usually get a lot more views because there's a lot of people that live up here. As well as, you know, people in Connecticut actually care about, well, Connecticut. So, not a lot of people in Connecticut care about what's happening in Mississippi, but hopefully we get a little bit of snow and I could stream again, but alright. Signing off. See you guys.